Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called On Chesil Beach. I'm sorry if I'm saying that word wrong. I think it's Chesil. So, in 1962, England, two young people from drastically different backgrounds, well-to-do Florence and working-class Edward. They meet and begin an idyllic courtship. Though their love is true, the societal pressures and sexual mores of the time cause strain between the young couple, leading to an awkward and fateful wedding night. Adapted by Ian McEwan from his best-selling novel On Chesil Beach, is being hailed by critics as a lyrical and rapturous film. This is a 2018 film. It is rated R. It runs an hour and 50 minutes. And it stars Anne-Marie Duff, Adrian Scarborough, Emily Watson, and Samuel West. On Chesil Beach. Well, in case you haven't guessed yet, this is a BBC film from Britain or London, whatever you want to say. And I didn't know what to expect. These are very good actors, and they tried to have some kind of facial emotions and everything as they went. There's just nothing to work with in this movie. I didn't know what I was coming into with this movie. I just kind of found it off suggestions from other movies I've seen, and I just watched it, and I'm like, there's nothing to this movie. Literally could have been a movie about them just being on the beach the whole time, and it wasn't that, but it might as well have been that. I've watched a lot of movies like this where there's just two people in a room or in a situation, and literally it's just been those people in that room. So this isn't that kind of a movie, but with all the build up for this sex scene that's going to happen, and it's coming the whole time because they'll talk for 5 minutes and then they'll have a flashback, and then it'll have them sitting on the edge of the bed and then they have a flashback, and that's how this movie works. And it gets confusing a little bit, but mostly the flashbacks are essential and they are needed, but it's just no reason for them. We don't need to know that stuff. It's just filler while they're leading up to this situation of sex. And so once we finally get there, the movie blows up. They go to Chesil Beach and they have this conversation, and that's the movie. And I'm just so offended by how stupid of an idea this is. And when I take a step back, I know that, this is England, this is kind of an older time, but they don't address how she's so much better than him. It comes up in dialogue once, and it doesn't make him secede to her a little bit. There's no reaction to that. And maybe he sees himself as the man of the relationship, so he's a little bit stronger that way. But just his standing in society, I thought, might let him kind of withdraw in most situations to her opinion because she's just higher up than him. But he ends up bullying her and being a jerk and all this stuff. And just the end of this movie is just ridiculous because you don't know if it's real or not, the situation that they have at the end. And so I'm just going to be led to believe that it was real, and then they flash back again, and it's just, what I told you so far, the summary of the movie, that's it. It's about this one situation, and I'm just going to say this out loud for anybody who needs to hear it. if you're in a relationship anywhere in this world just for sex, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship. That's really not the point. So if you get married and you find out somebody, I would think that we'd be past this movie nowadays, at least their way of thinking that's in this movie. If you get married and, maybe the sex isn't, exactly what you thought it would be, that doesn't mean you just throw the marriage away. Like this movie paints a very, very timely and situational kind of experience, and it makes a movie about it. No one should follow the example of this movie. And you should cherish getting married, and you should cherish being married. So I would figure everybody knows that nowadays, but I just don't understand what this movie was trying to accomplish by telling the story, and especially telling it the way they did. So I'm going to give On Chesil Beach a D. It's one of the worst movies, I think, with its message that I've seen in a long time. The way they handled the lead up to what we knew was coming for an hour and a half or so, it's just ridiculous. So I can't suggest watching it. If you come across it, just avoid it. A D for On Chesil Beach. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.